pastor of a church that has been open for 4 years. And so it used to be my profession was I was what they call a church planter, which is you start from scratch and you build a new church. And now that we're 4 years in, I'm just now kind of describing my position different, my occupation. I'm actually the pastor of a church. Both my wife and I have always associated with people who don't look like ourselves. And I think that was because that was something God wanted for us, was to do some kind of a joining together of people who, you know, are separated by age, separated by race, etc. And so we really felt like that was what God had called us to. The reason why we came to Shaw was, well, if you're going to do a multicultural thing, then where is the diversity? Where are people already kind of living together? And Shaw is one of the most diverse neighborhoods in St. Louis. Let's put people together was kind of always, you know, God was building that up in me. And so spirituality is part of my life. I would say that God has a protection for me and makes me kind of like a, you know, like a missionary would be, so that I can go into places and not feel intimidated. Church planters don't really have a lot to lean on, so we lean on each other. And Willis planted a church in Ferguson. It's on Florissant. Now, West Florissant is where the problem and the demonstrations have been. Florissant is another street. They run parallel to each other. His church is there. He's been there for 3 years. And he and I are friends. We're prayer partners. And we have been able to support him through this thing. You know, as a spiritual guy, that's always seems to be first. We prayed, and we began to pray, and we didn't know the whole story at the time. We just knew that we live in a place where this could get out of hand pretty quick. So there's two different things going on between our ministries. Willis is doing some dramatic things to make some changes, and there's a lot more pain that we're going to have to go through before it's back on its feet and walking again. So what can we do so that if this should happen, we would have relations already built between races, and we would have relations built already between police officers and citizens, between government officials and citizens, and what can we be doing to make that happen? So we have two different problems here.